gas internet. I'm connected to the thing.
You on, Chuck?
One time, ladies and gentlemen, you know what time it TI is. It is time for Nightcap Knowledge, live on your Facebook, your Twitch, and your YouTube. It's the simulcast.
Black with no chaser.
We got to give a shout out to Mississippi's greatest weekend. It's Mississippi Greek Weekend, Memorial Day weekend on the Mississippi Gulf Coast. You can get more information about MSGW at the website msgw.online. We got to give a shout out to the official water of Nightcap Knowledge, Aspira Pure, refreshing taste, keeping it simple, available at amazon.com. One time for Meals That Heal, Mississippi's first 100% plant-based cafe. Open Monday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2:30, 4:30 to 8, right there in downtown Jacktown on Ferris Street. You can follow them on social media at Meals That Heal 601. We've got the Mississippi School of Health Services and Careers. Begin your career in healthcare today. You can hit them up at mshscschool.com, 769-572-7490. You better get that nightcap. You got to put those kids to bed. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Nightcap Knowledge.
All right. Cut out the foolishness. Cut it out, Chuck. Cut it out.
Who's that? That was Joey. Wasn't that Joey from
Joey.
Yeah.
Full House.
Joey's last name. I know, like you got Joey. Was that Danny Tanner? Was it Joey Tanner?
Yeah, no, it wasn't Tanner. It was Danny. It was Danny Tanner, Jesse Gastopoulos, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And Joey.
What the hell was Joey's last name?
I don't know.
I don't know. All right. Well, look, if y'all are here with us.
Who knows Joey's last name? Drop it in the comments.
Yeah, somebody tell us what Joey's last name was from Full House. Yeah, but that's not the reason that we're here tonight. It's Nightcap Knowledge. It's Tuesday, April 5th. This is episode 82, Mac.
We in there.
82.
We in there. We making it happen, Captain.
God, dog, man, we've been doing 82 episodes. What we gonna do for 100?
I don't know. We had to go. We had to plan.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well, look, Matt, go ahead and give them the disclaimer because we have some absolutely outstanding guests here with us tonight. So let's get the disclaimer out of the way for anybody that might be here that doesn't understand exactly what this show is about.
All right. So everybody just watching, we want you to do one thing. I want you to turn down whatever you're doing, whatever you're listening to, and listen, pay attention, and say that this is what we're doing here at Nightcap Knowledge. We are going to be talking about real talk, real issues, real solutions. It might not all the way be politically correct. This might not be the show for you because we're going to tell it like a TI is, and we're going to highlight the work that we're doing in our communities and the work that we're doing with our people. And Chuck has Chuck got this damn soap opera music on the background.
Yeah,
and so what we are really moving forward, and the topic for Mental Health Minute for Motivational Monday was responsibility, and we take that seriously, right? So Granny G would say that, use your platform. So you use your platform is our responsibility to try to bring people onto this show or talk about issues that are important to our community and our people that's going to help change folks' lives, that might help save folks' lives. So when we talking about responsibility, it's our responsibility to take care of ourselves and others. We have direct responsibility for certain people, making good financial decisions, good health decisions, a lot of those things. We talk about finance a lot because our people perish for a lack of knowledge. And one thing that our people don't have a lot of knowledge of is financial institution resources in the ways we can create generational wealth and legacy building, right? So the knowledge of money can be the curse or a legacy for your family. So it's our responsibility here and now to learn as much as we can so that we can make good decisions for our family and teach them and our friends on what we need to do to be self-sustainable. And as Mr. Charles Evans said, he only wanted to be two things in life. Mr. Charles Evans said he only wanted to be rich and free, right? So I would say be wealthy and free to have so that you have enough resources to take care of your family, and that's immediate, maybe and extended, but also to help others. Because we have that mindset to help others, it's our responsibility to find more ways to create more resources so that we have more to be able to help more. So that's the Mental Health Minute. This is Nightcap Knowledge. It's about time to pour me a drink. What you drinking on, DJ George Chuck?
Hey, buddy, I'm going to. This has nothing to do with your Mental Health Minute, but for tonight. But what I'm going to say is that from one of the calls that I had earlier today, I definitely deserve some of this.
What is that, sir? Is that the Craig?
This is the
Did
Craig.
I drink all my lines, Craig? I think I drank all my lines, Craig.
So
I did.
I
got two choices. I can do the double black, or I can do the Uncle Nears.
Man, I gotta give me some. I would say I'm gonna tell you this: if I had to choose, I know that you like the JW double black.
Yeah.
I know that you like that. But I like the Uncle Near, so it's up to you. You see, tell them about me this. So
I got a drink in this one, and I got a cone in this one.
Well, I mean, hey, it's your decision. This smells wonderful.
What? I think I'm gonna do the drink because that cone ain't gonna do but make you mad. And if you want some more, you ain't gonna have no more to drink. So
And of course, this show is not for anybody under the age of 21,
25.
Some of the topics that we'll discuss, it definitely could, be translated and applied to the life of a person under 21. But this particular portion where we share a beverage and cheers to, having a nightcap.
If you went to school with your mama or daddy, log off.
Yeah. All right. So now, Mac, we've got some all-star people that we have on the show tonight, but personal privilege.
Yes,
this has nothing to do with what he's going to talk about tonight. But the guy that's coming up, he is McRae's baseball coach.
Oh yeah, he must be doing a great job, brother, because he got a whole hang full of rings and stuff. So yeah, he must be doing something. He ain't got enough hangs.
The other part of it is dude really know money, and you know I've gotten to know. I knew of our first guest before he actually, you know, me actually having the opportunity to meet him because his dad is pastor of one of the largest churches on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, and from what I gather, his daddy is a straight shooter, and he's not one of them, you know, them preachers just like, you know, I'm just gonna be a preacher on Sundays. He's a person that, you know, does stuff throughout the week, and you know that's how my dad was.
That's how he was, Reverend Baptist.
Right. So Marcus's dude is like, you know, it's gonna be assholes and elbows. He gonna work, and I know for a fact that them little dudes that play on McRae's team, they got to put in the work. They got to put in the work. They got to put in the work. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, cats, dogs, chickens, snakes, and frogs, I need y'all to give it up for Mr. Marcus Whitfield, RVP of PFS Investments and Financial Services. Ladies and gentlemen, gotta give him the applause. And here he is.
There you go.
What's going on?
What's up, man?
Man, I appreciate you guys inviting me tonight. Joey Gladstone. There's your answer.
Joey Gladstone.
Joey Gladstone. Why did we not know that?
I didn't know it either, but I feel you. Google it, please. I had to go look it up.
Joey Gladstone.
Yeah, cut it out.
Right.
Yeah, Joey Gladstone. So, but yeah, man, Mr. Mac, Chuck, thank you for having me on tonight. I appreciate the invite. If I would have known, and you know, charge it to my head, not my heart, but if I would have known it was that kind of show, I would have had me something other than a water and a Red Bull to drink while we talk. So it's but no, it's all good. I know for next time though.
There you go.
We'll drink for you, brother. You educate, we drink. There you go.
That'll work.
Look, I'm gonna throw you up here in this corner, Marcus. And why don't you go ahead and start with like an introduction of yourself, and tell folks, you know, how long you've been doing what you've been doing, and I like the content that you share, because it connects and it is parallel to a lot of the things that we try to live. You live the sermon that you preach. If you so how about you start off giving a little introduction about, you know, who you are, what you do, and then we can take it from there.
Absolutely. So, like you said, my name is Marcus Whitfield. Look, I grew up on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, so I'm from here, grew up here, was raised here, reared here by John Whitfield, like you said, and the late Renee Whitfield. But the thing is, man, how long I've been doing this? 11 years, almost going on 12 years now. Started when I was roughly 25 years old. And back then, man, I just did it part-time while I was still coaching baseball. And so I just did it because an opportunity presented itself. And at the time, I needed something to do. And it made sense to me. I had lost my mom when I was 21 years old. So she passed away at 46. And some of the stuff that I was talked about and talked to, it just kind of made sense. And so I was like, yeah, I could help with life insurance. I could help teach like the ins and outs of it. But I mean, I wasn't really committed full time back then. I still coached baseball, and I got a chance to go work in the Pass Christian School District, and I was the head baseball coach out there for 5 years. Loved it, absolutely loved it. And then about 5 years ago, that's when I really did make that decision to look, if I'm going to like teach financial concepts, talk about investing, talk about life insurance. I said, you know, at the time working in part-time, because you got to believe, like I did it part-time because I needed to make extra money.
Right.
Like that's why most people start a side hustle or do something. I needed to make it because honestly, daycare was eating me out house and home. Like that was it. That's what kind of pushed me into like really trying to do something part-time and making some extra, because I was working 12, 13, 14 hours a day, teaching and coaching, not getting home till 7, 8 o'clock at night, 11 o'clock on game nights. And it was just one of those things to where I said, you know what, man, I'm making $1,000, $1,500 just part-time, not really putting a lot of effort into it. What if I like jumped in full-time and really tried to give 100% to grow a business? And so About 5 years ago, man. Quit my job, stopped coaching. Never thought I'd get back into coaching, honestly. So here I am coaching, McCray and all the other little 6 to 7 year olds. But yeah, I mean, I love what I do. I love teaching financial concepts. My philosophy, I believe that my philosophy with what I talk about with investing and life insurance and investing for our children, I believe that my philosophy works for everybody. Not everybody who's in this realm in financial services has my same philosophy, and that's fine. To each their own, But I believe that my philosophy works. It's my goal to make sure that your money brings you the best value for you and your family, and so that's what I always try to do.
That makes a whole lot of sense. So you what I heard is that you want my dollar to work as hard as it can for me
100% of the time.
Yeah,
I mean that's the goal. And for me, the goal is to create, and let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Is the goal to create wealth over time?
Is the goal to create wealth over time?
Yes. Is that the goal?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want to have some wealth right now. So I won't say, that's the only goal. I would say, McRae and them can have some wealth too. But give me some right now.
Okay, cool. So for the person who's looking right now, I can't really, you need to have some cash for right now. Now, if you got a nice lump sum, I can show you what to do with. I got a lady right now who I think she brought me somewhere around $200,000. We took about 150 of it, put into an account. That account pays her mortgage. She started at 150. She's taken out $25,000. The account was at 150, is now at 175. Conventional math doesn't work like that. It says if you start at 150, you take out 25,000, you should be down to 125, not go up by $20,000. So just knowing where to put money, how to invest, money wisely, and things like that. Like I could create wealth right now for the right person, but for the person who doesn't have it, the person who doesn't have it, you got to start thinking long term, and you just have to understand it doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
It doesn't happen overnight. And Warren Buffett, probably one of the best, investors out there. People love to use his quotes and things like that. He's quoted as saying, everybody wants to get rich, just nobody wants to get rich slowly. Like that's what's going to happen. And so with what I teach, sometimes it's a process if you don't have it right now, but time's going to pass anyway. And because time's going to pass, I want to make sure that if I'm still above ground while this time is passing, I want to make sure I'm doing the right thing with my money to make sure that eventually when I work my plan, that my plan works for me.
So what are some of those things that that folks can, or some of the vehicles that they can put their money in that that fit into, this long-term plan?
Man, honestly, it depends on each and every person is going to be a little bit different. So for somebody who is thinking about we got to think about ourselves first. And it's crazy because as parents, we think about our children and how we can benefit them. But we got to be a little greedy, got to be a little selfish. We got to put ourselves first in this scenario. Because let me ask you guys this. Eventually, I want to retire, right? And not have to work.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All right. So in order to do that, you're going to have to treat yourself just like a bill, just like the cable bill, just like the cell phone bill. You got to pay yourself. And if you pay yourself, one thing that you could do for yourself is put your money into what's called an IRA, or people who don't have an IRA, who work a job, they either have a 401k, or if you're a state employee, you got to know how your state employee retirement system works so that you could benefit from it. And so just having those things, having those avenues, and here's the biggest thing too, just because you got an IRA or a 401k doesn't mean that you're investing. That's just an account, just like a checking account.
It holds the money.
It holds the money. The only thing with the 401k or an IRA, it holds the money and it has rules attached to it. Got to know and understand the rules. There's reasons for it. A traditional IRA works different than a Roth IRA. The biggest difference is traditional IRA, I'm deferring my taxes to pay that retirement. A Roth IRA, I'm paying taxes now if you qualify for a Roth IRA. But I'm paying taxes now to have tax-free money at retirement.
Mm-hmm. You just said. Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
No. I was saying you just said something. If you qualify for a Roth IRA, what makes you qualify or not qualify? What's the difference?
So because it's an avenue and because it's a vehicle that grows your money tax-free for retirement, Uncle Sam isn't going to allow just everybody to put their money in there. So you have to make, and I got to look up the numbers, but I believe the number is 129. If you make anywhere less than 129,000, or it might be 134, $129,000 a year, you qualify for a Roth IRA.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're somebody who makes, $200,000 a year, you don't quite qualify for a Roth IRA. Now, in saying that, you can still contribute to a Roth IRA. You just have to do what's called a backdoor Roth IRA, and that's a little technical. It's just you put it in traditional, you pay taxes on it, then after you pay tax free.
Mm.
So you just have to qualify. So if you're somebody who makes more than a threshold, then you have to set up a traditional. But for most people, especially where we live on the Mississippi Gulf Coast, you're going to qualify for a Roth IRA. And I'd much rather pay taxes on $100 rather than pay taxes on $1 million in the future.
Yeah.
That's
So
good.
we talked about the Roths. Man, what'd you say?
No, I said that's good information.
Yeah. So you got the Roth IRA or the 401k. What are the other vehicles that you might be able to park your money in or invest your money in that?
So it'll depend on what you want. What's the goal? That's the biggest thing. People need to understand what's the end game, what's the goal. So if you want to put money somewhere for your children, you could do a 529 plan, which is like a college savings plan, and they could use that money. It doesn't have to be specifically for college. You could use it for trade school. So let's say your kids just, I'm not going to college. Okay, cool. I want to go get my CDL. Oh, it costs $8,000 to get my CDL, whatever. Cool. I could use the money in a Roth IRA. I'm sorry, not a Roth IRA. I could use the money in a 529 plan to go get that CDL or any trade or anything like that, any higher form of education. And let's say that kid just doesn't do anything, no education. Okay, cool. McCray decides he's an entrepreneur, not going to college, Dad. I'm not finna do that. I got my business. I'm rolling with my business. I want to do that. Cool. Well, Jackson say, I'm going to college. You take McCray's 529, roll it over to Jackson, and it just keeps on growing.
Yeah. One of the things I know that I never heard it. I never had a thought about, like, McRae said he didn't want to go and do some form of education if it could be rolled over into the next kid coming up behind. But that's good information to know. So how hard or easy is it to set up something like a 529 plan?
A couple sheets of paper.
Right, like that.
It's an application. It probably, now once you figure out what somebody wants done, that's the hardest part. Just figuring out what you want done and then coming up with a budget that meets your goals to realistically come up with something that's going to get you where you want to be. Because ideally, everybody's going to say, I want to have as much money as I can without putting any money into it. Well, you got to be realistic. Like, the numbers are the numbers. You can't beat the numbers, So if you only do $25 a month, now the minimum $25 a month, which most people have. I mean, we blow $25. Somebody probably blew $25 a day, have no idea where it went, So the minimum is $25 a month to set up an account like this. But if you're really trying to get somewhere, you might need to look at doing $50 to $100 to maybe $150 a month. If you're looking for yourself for retirement, you probably need to do somewhere around 10% of whatever your monthly income is, 10 to 15%. And if that's too much, hell, start with $50 and then just work your way up.
Yeah. Got to work the plan.
That's it. You have to work the plan.
Max amount you can contribute to the 529 a year?
It is, I don't know the exact number just because I haven't had a client that comes close to it. Okay. So I think it's somewhere around 24,000. Not 100% sure. I'll have to check it. But every time I sit down with somebody, if I know I'm not close to it, it's in the back of it's not unless you're talking about putting in $2,000 a month, then I'm like, all right, let me go check this. Let me go check the contribution limits and things of that nature. There's a max in your Roth IRA, which is $6,000 a year, $7,000 if you're over 50. There's a max in your Roth IRA and traditional IRA, which is $6,000. There's a max in your 401k, which is $19,500, I believe. So yeah, there are maxes to some of these things just because look, Uncle Sam's going to make sure that you don't just absolutely go crazy. And Uncle Sam's going to make sure that if you do go crazy and you're going to be penalized if you don't follow the rules.
Yeah.
So you can. That's a good number.
Go ahead, man.
No, I'm doing my math because you're saying $6,000 is the max a year. So if you budget, you did $6,000 a year for 10 years for your Roth IRA, and it was up to like 12% return. So just kind of giving you an idea what you're looking at if you set a goal for yourself for retirement.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think a lot of folks that we talk to, they have that business mindset. We're looking at 50, 55. You know what I'm saying? Like, do what you want to do after that.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying that I gotta get up and go somewhere and do something at 55.
Mm-hmm.
Even with you owning your own business, your own restaurant, you have a manager, somebody that runs the day-to-day activity. That Chuck don't have to get up and go somewhere.
Yeah.
At 55 years old.
Yeah.
Amen. Set those type of goals and say, okay, $6,000 a year from now, 10 years, what does that bring me back? So, $6,000 a year, 10 years, and then you put it into, so we kind of give you an idea of what's your goal,
So here's the crazy thing about it. Let me ask you this. What do you think is more important? How much money you put into something or the time that you, or the time that you have?
Time you have.
Absolutely. Because I want you to think about it.
Can't get time back.
You can't get time back. But all right, so the one rule that you have to understand, you have to know, is called the rule of 72.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
All right. And so for those that don't know the rule of 72, what the rule of 72 says is if you take the interest rate that your money's earning, divide that number into the number 72, that's going to give you how many years it takes for your money to double. So like you said, 12%, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So if I have money growing at, let's say, an average of 12%, it's not always going to be 12%. Right now, the market is down. It's been down since November. So what does that really mean for somebody who's putting money in every month? That's a great thing because now I'm buying shares at a much lower price, which we all understand. Buy low, sell high. I mean, buy low, sell high.
Sell high.
Right. Do. So if the market is down, I'm just buying more shares than I was buying in October, November, December of last year. All right. So if my money grows at 12% on average, that money is going to double every 6 years. So let's say you said $500 a month, $6,000 a year for 10 years. That's you putting in $60,000. And if it averages a rate of return of 12%, that's only having $116,000 in 10 years. Okay. Now, what if we started 10 years sooner and instead of just went 10 years, we go 20 years? See, at 10 years, we put in $60,000, but we had, what's the number I said? We had 116,000. In 20 years, we put in $120,000, but we have $500,000.
Yeah.
Yep.
If you let it go another 5 years, that's $950,000.
Yeah.
So time is the most important thing. Time is the most important asset that we have.
Start early.
And if I don't have enough time, then yes, I got to throw more money at it to make up for the missed time. And that's the biggest thing. It's just understanding like where you want to go. Once I understand where I want to get, then I can work backwards from there and realize, okay, I need to put in $125 a month, or I can only start with 50 right now, but let me pay this debt off, get debt free here. And now that's another $400 I got because paid off a car, paid off a credit card, knocked this out. Now I got another $300. I started at 50. Now I'm at 350. Now it's starting to work. I tell people this all the time. Y'all remember you talking, old stuff. You remember watching the Flintstones?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So when the Flintstones got in their little car, Fred or Barney, whoever's driving the car, their feet's moving super fast, right?
Yep.
All right. And the first scene, their feet's moving really, really fast. But then the second scene, the next scene they have, the car's moving, but you don't see their feet moving anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
It's driving.
I tell people, like, investing's like that. For early on, you'll be putting money in. You're not going to see these super large returns.
Yeah.
But once you put enough money in there, years down the road, you're going to see your money grow you're going to see it take, a $10,000 jump or a $50,000 jump, or depending on how many years you just allow it to work for you. We did a presentation tonight. I use that rule of 72 slide, and starting with like $10,000, 12%, it doubles every 6 years. Well, the first 6 years, it goes from 10,000 to 20,000, only grows by $10,000. But the last 6 years in the slide, it goes from 1.2 million to 2.5 million. Same 6 years, same rate of return. I just allow more time over time to work for me, and it works wonders, man. The power of compounding interest is it's the eighth wonder of the world.
So Marcus, how do people get in contact with you if they want to get some of these vehicles in motion?
Man, you could call me, email me, 228-424-1380. I'm on just about every social media platform there is: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Like making my little TikToks. That's fun. It's just, I mean, I try to be as visible as I can. My email is mwhitfield.pri as in Paul Robert Igloo @gmail.com. Like, it is very simple to get in contact with me, and my schedule is super flexible. If I don't already have a meeting set, I will do whatever I can to rearrange whatever I got to do, because my business is me. If I don't work, I don't eat. So I got to work.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And what's your TikTok?
What is my Coach Wit? That's my TikTok.
Coach Wit with a K though, huh?
Coach with a K. That's right. You know why?
Yeah, I gotta mess with you, man. I gotta mess.
Oh man, that's me.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a very, very capable brother here in Marcus Whitfield. That's his contact information on the bottom of the screen there. If you're looking for a person that can set up 529 plans for your young people that you are preparing for college, if you're looking to get life insurance coverage for you, your loved ones, family members, if you're looking to set up a Roth IRA or any of those investment vehicles that we discussed just now, you can reach out to Marcus. And if you can't get them, just inbox me, and then we'll get you connected. If you can't go back and get this information, because it's right there.
1380. There we go.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
Yeah. So, Marcus, now we're not rushing you off, but I know you got kids to get to. Hopefully, Caden is already in bed in some form of fashion. But we've got two guys that are coming up. The Calico Station development, and that we've been working on in not Jackson. I'm about to say Jackson.
No,
in
Hattiesburg,
Mississippi.
Hub City.
The hub, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to give them a great introduction. We have the architect and developer and the brain trust, or at least 2/3. I don't know, half of the brain trust behind the Calico Station development. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to give it up for Nick and Ken from Calico Station. God diggity dog, man. Look, these guys are here. Yeah, Ken, I don't know. You still muted, man.
I just unmuted myself. What's up, everyone?
What's going on, people? Y'all can hear me?
Yeah, man. We can hear you well. We can hear you well.
Cool.
So look, I know y'all been.
We thank y'all for having us on.
Yeah. Got a little delay.
Tonight,
the internet.
So many great things.
You froze again, Dick? Well, Dick be having that Teddy Riley going on. Boy.
He didn't say Teddy Riley.
Yo, what's happening, everybody? Kim Moyer on K Moyer Land Design Development. Glad to be on the show, and I'm glad to share with y'all the progressiveness we've been having with the Calico. But so we ready to answer any questions or give some more dialogue on where we at in the scope of things.
So Nick, go ahead and do your introduction for those that are watching, and then that will review this, and then we're gonna do the big update. How about that?
For sure. What's up, everyone? I'm Nick Williams of Hattiesburg, Mississippi, CEO of Special Delivery Design Group, also a member of the Calico Development Team. And I'm excited that y'all having us on again. And as Ken stated, we're excited to give y'all these magnificent updates of where we are on this project. So let's get to it.
All right, so I have the graphic, Ken, that you sent me earlier, and I can't wait to show it. But before we do that, let's do a quick overview update about what the Calico Station is, and you know, some of the things that has been happening behind the scenes, and then we'll do the update about, you know, what we've been able to achieve since we all started this journey together to make a development like this happen in Hattiesburg, for us and by us.
Cool, Nick. You can go ahead and get them like an overview of the building, and I can do the updates of where we at with everything. So if you could take it off.
Okay, yeah, sure. So real quick, we came across a 10,000 square foot building located, we'll say on the boundaries of downtown Hattiesburg. It's a standalone building from the urban area, the urbanized area of downtown. And it's a historic building built in 1925, which was a former meat packaging plant. It's had some different usages throughout time. The most recent use was an antique shop. And so once the building was up for sale, I had an existing relationship with the owner. I immediately reached out to her, told her that I was interested in it. She let Ken and I lock it in under a contract, and we went to work with our designer hats. And so what we came out from that brainstorm was what we're proposing now is a food hall. And so think of like a food court that would be located downtown, but it's more sleek. Of course, with some adult amenity components such as like your bars. We got a rooftop bar, which will be its own standalone one of a kind in our downtown area, along with some site amenities such as a pool area exclusively with some cabana spaces with a sit-in bar. So the city is very excited about this project. Ken, you can take it away of where we are now with it.
Okay. So right now we wrapping up on the development side. As far as I guess we'll get in the fundraising part once he pull that screen up. But we're getting ready to close on the purchase of the building. Got everything pretty much lined up for next week. The closing date. So we're still in full mode of design. We're looking to start construction in possibly the third week of April. So making a lot of progress. We're excited about all the time and effort we done put in this project. The bank gave us some great news today that we get our funding commitment letter tomorrow. So everything's been walked up to the top and coming down. So it's time to roll, time to rock and roll.
Well, look, that is awesome news, outstanding news. And with that being said, I think it's a perfect time for us to throw this graphic here on top of the screen for everybody to see. I'm bringing this up. They can't see us, but they can see the graphic. So what we have here is evidence or a graph of what has happened over the progress that has taken place over the past couple, I guess, few weeks or so. So Nick, if you or Ken, if you want to jump in here and explain exactly, you know, what folks are seeing in front of them.
Okay, cool. I'll take it. So basically, the area in the blue is how much we've raised thus far on the project. That's $132,500. The yellow area reveals what our goal is for acquisition. That's 150, meaning we have 7 shares left to reach that goal, and then our ultimate maximum goal for investment to the project is $375,000. Yeah, that's pretty much it in a nutshell of where we at. We haven't really went on a public realm or onboarding process at this time, so it's still really been word of mouth, and we've been able to accomplish that goal with where we at now, just basically from touching, you know, people that we know, and they touching the people that they know, and getting their attention and putting in on this project. So we definitely excited about that progress and accomplishments that we made for that. So yeah.
That's what's up, man. Nick, you want to add anything to that?
No, nothing else besides that. For first timers who haven't seen this project and they're more interested on what we have going on, more information can be provided at our site, calico-station.com, or they can follow us on our Facebook page, Calico Station MS. I see Chuck has actually pulled up the project, so we can actually give them a quick tour of some of the spaces that we mentioned. There it is. That's nice. So I've already talked about the building overview as far as it being historical and everything. So for people who don't know our area, what's so exciting about this project is that, of course, by it being in downtown, there are a lot of projects that are literally jumping off at the same time as ours. And some have just been announced this week, actually, that are on the same block as us. So the picture that you see in the top right, which is the lofts, that's literally next door to us, guys. So that's instant value on our project. And then the next block that's not highlighted, that's in the green in the top left, that vacant lot, those are going to be 10 townhome units, modern style. They just announced their ribbon cutting this week as well. Last week, excuse me.
Yeah, the groundbreaking.
The groundbreaking. So, man, we just excited about the instant traffic that we're going to generate on our same block. Not even mentioning surrounding us, what you see that's highlighted in the future projects that are going on as well. So it's just a real good time to be alive, man, and black and giving back and investing in our own. So those are some of the premier highlights. Take them to the next page.
Yeah, that's major, man.
So downtown Hattiesburg and Hattiesburg in general, they do a real great job with community engagement. Events such as Hub Fest, First Saturdays, Live at 5 has really garnered like the attention of not only the surrounding community, but on the statewide level where people come to Hattiesburg for these events. So a project at this magnitude, we are excited to be a part of and really just capitalize on the traffic that's generated during these times. Not to mention that we also have a national attraction building around the corner from us, y'all, the Lucky Rabbit. And that's actually a photo representation of it in the bottom right where it says celebrate. It's part of the First Saturday's venue where they block off a few blocks downtown and have venue spaces and things like that. And another caveat about the Lucky Rabbit is that I've just learned that the owner of the Lucky Rabbit is the sibling of Aaron. I'm sorry if I forget her last name, but of Hometown, the show on HGTV. So just to be in the vicinity of something that's nationally acclaimed, and possibly having that type of traffic generated in our building, man, it's exciting.
Yeah, Aaron is Napier.
Yes, that's her. Yeah, that's her. Yeah, so the images that y'all see on the right are just some shots of the building as is. From a structural standpoint, it's really in good bones and good integrity. For the most part, we just have to do some cosmetics, some system installations, of course, with some enhancements here and there. And we're gonna be ready to rock and roll. I'll let Ken talk a little bit more about it.
As far as I don't want to get too deep. I know we usually have a more formal discussion on the numbers. We really want to give y'all a quick, brief overview of everything and walk you through some of these beautiful designs and beautiful concepts and just kind of give you a general aspect. If you want to just go through some more of that, that's kind of the elevations there of what we want this rendition to turn out to be from an aesthetic perspective.
Yeah, so and these images that you see here are just some proposals for the actual layout of the food hall space and how it'll work and flow. So if you go to the next one,
I think that's the bar area. We have a multi-level bar, that Nick was saying from the rooftop. So that gives you a perspective of what that can become once we get to the design and construction aspects of it. Office space and the basement. So we're gonna do like a collaborated type theme where young entrepreneurs can lease out these spaces, and then like passerbyers can lease out desks or stations on a daily basis or things of that nature. We probably have in there some. We have talks about some what are those called, like video
Studio spaces.
studio podcast space and stuff like that. To have that for
Yeah, that was my idea.
and things.
Content creation.
Yeah, exactly.
We listen to you.
So yeah, we want to make this thing innovative and just excited to have people down there and just creating a unique environment that's going to produce income. That's your rooftop choice.
It's my favorite spot, right?
Yeah. So as you can see, it's going to be a pretty dope, cool building that once we get it up and get everything done correctly, which we have a great and amazing team that's going to like get us through this process. We have a great partner that have ran these food halls throughout the country, Politan Group, where they're going to manage the operations of the building. So when you putting things together, you want to put a great team together that can handle the capacities where needed. So that's a event space. We're talking about doing an event space for it as well. What we're excited about with that is that the event space through Hattiesburg, I think, are mostly booked through the year. So it's a great, amazing market for it. So
I can definitely attest to that, man. With me being Mac and I both being in the event industry, specifically the wedding industry. It's pretty safe to say that most wedding venues, regardless of north, central, south, southwest, are booked solid. So it's definitely added value to have something like that could be used as a revenue generator.
For sure.
Cool. And that's just a rendition of the pool area with the cabana spaces that can be leased out. Membership only pool, so you got to have a special privilege to get in on this and enjoy this scenery. Yeah. So definitely want to make it an exclusive to members and have that driving component to generate some more income on that. But, and that's just some more exterior renditions of the building itself.
If you jump to the
go ahead.
link of the video at the end of the page, that'll probably bring home of ones that we're looking at right now.
Yeah,
that project that Chuck just opened up, everyone, is available on our website, calico-station.com. And if you click on about, you get direct access to the project to learn more about it.
And and as far as from the video, and you guys just keep talking there.
Okay.
Cool. I'm gonna let you walk them through the video, but go ahead, walk them through the video, and then I tell them how they can be a part of the project.
Okay. There's the website right there below. And so here's our rendition of what we're proposing for the building from an exterior standpoint. So you're going to get a 360 visual of that overall. So you can also see in the distance some of the activity going on East Pine. There's that loft that we was telling y'all about in the distance. So like I said, this tour just gives you a more detailed insight of how the outside is going to flow. We're actually in talks with some contractors right now to find out some design systems that we can apply on the top to have the rooftop available year round. So we're looking at some pergola systems as we speak. So we want this thing to be jumping year round if possible.
Yeah, that's an added value right there, man. having an outdoor space that can be protected from the elements.
There we go.
Yeah.
So here's a visual of the cabana space and the pool area. It's a rendition of the sit-in bar. It'll be more defined as we go along. And so, man, we're trying to really have a work, dine, and play field and monetize in every corner of this facility if possible. There's too much opportunity not to. So the area that in the pool area will be a oasis theme to give you that exotic vibe.
Yeah.
There will be palm trees and exotic foliage and waterfalls, just a whole different vibe. So you won't even feel like you're in Hattiesburg. And this is just an overall visual of the rooftop again to show you that it can handle the capacity for a lot of people to be up there.
Yeah. Like
So,
you could be in one area, with conversation happening, and then you've got, just over to the other side, a whole different type of vibe.
Right. So there is an upper roof and a lower roof, and as you saw her walking down to the lower roof on that side with the lift that you see in the center, that will actually lift up and give you access to the multi-level bar and Caribbean themed restaurant that's on the rooftop.
So and talk about that as we get to the shots of the food and everything, but there you already have some of the some vendors that have signed on to be or to take up some of this space within this particular development, right?
Yeah, Ken, I'll let you discuss that.
Yeah, we have a process of course, when you're putting a development like this together, you want to do your due diligence and set up your operational procedures and just set up success for your operations while you're going through this pre-development process. So we had the opportunity to get some letter of intents out to some potential vendors. We actually got a Jamaican restaurant locked in now for the rooftop bar. They have amazing food. They are in the Hattiesburg area now. They've been operating out there for a few years now. They're excited about getting to the downtown market. So we're glad to have them. We're gonna have a daiquiri theme on the rooftop as well. And one of the main things we're excited about is that the development, us as owners, we will own a high percentage of the bar and beverage sales that happen, which is going to be a major income that comes back to us as the owners. So, but yeah, so just to wrap it up, I guess, to talk about the investment, just a brief overview of it. But for an investment amount of about $2,500, you can pretty much set up yourself for the next 10 years to have some substantial income and a substantial returns on your investment. We guarantee a minimum of 20%, but right now we project it to be about 60% return on your monies. Throughout the progression of this project, and then we also guaranteeing by year 4 to give that initial investment back, and you still be able to generate income as the project progresses. So that's an overview. We definitely can get deeper into that and more of our formal presentations. We just wanted to give y'all a little taste, and if you interested, definitely get back with us and we can get you more details on how you can be a part of this project. But any more questions, fellas?
No, man. And with that being said, we want folks to make sure that they are a part of the Black Window Chaser Money Talks group. We've been sharing a lot of the details as it relates to this particular project within that group, and we have a, I guess you could say, a roundup of sorts on Sunday for folks that want to, ask deeper, more probing questions about the opportunity. So if you go back, a lot of folks look at this video the next day. If you're looking at this, go to the Black with No Chaser Money Talks group. You can, of course, get the alert for the event that's going to happen on Sunday. It will be a Zoom call, and if you want to, because there's a lot of information on the website, the Calico Station website, that you can peruse through. And if you want to go ahead and make that commitment, then you can do that. And there, some information that we can get to you quickly. So if you want to inbox or email, Nick, or Ken, what's one of the emails that they can reach out to? You want to put that in the comments, or if you want to email shop@blackwithnochaser.com, I can definitely just forward that information on over to you quickly. And we got the mechanisms in place to get you the information that you need. Let's just say it like that.
Yeah, they can email me or reach out to me. They can go on my website at kmlddc.com if they want to inquire information, or they can reach me at my personal one, k.moye@kmlddc.com.
Got it. All right, I'm putting that in the comments for folks that might see this after the broadcast. Gentlemen, I am still excited. I'd like to get Marcus's feedback on what he thought. This may be his first time seeing this information. So, Marcus, tell us what you think.
Oh, that was dope. I like it. It is definitely going to be worth the drive up 49 for me to come and just hang out on a Friday or Saturday night. So I'll definitely be there. Absolutely.
Sure. We appreciate the support.
Absolutely.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Mac, you got anything to round us out?
Yes, sir. Chuck, we will make sure we share our announcements.
I forgot about the announcements.
Yeah, we got to cover the announcements, man. We got to keep everything, keep the money rolling, keep the resources rolling. And we know tomorrow, as we had today, we had some bad weather. We've been having bad weather for the last 3 weeks. I don't know what is going on, but between for the last 3 weeks, Tuesday and Wednesday, we've been having storms. And we've had some people that we know that have lost, their homes and lost a lot in these storms. So we're going to be out this Sunday in the big town of Edwards, Mississippi, in the square, doing Resource Day, providing disaster relief, hot food, prepared by none other than Edwards' own barbecue Pat Bradley, Nothing But Smoke Catering. He's going to be using his uncle's grill because his grill along with his house was destroyed in the first tornado. So he's going to be providing food for his hometown as a part of our recovery. We're going to be donating water, tarps, hygiene products, survival kits. Survival kits going to have things like flashlights, the tarps, lighters, different things in that. So we're going to ask people to come out to the big city of Edwards. I think B1 Healthcare is going to come out and do some screening. We got none other than Mailman. Came to show up for the Sigmas, man. When one Sigma in trouble, they all show up. So Mailman is going to be on the 1s and 2s this Sunday. And we're going to be there in the big city of Edwards. Got the music going, fellowship, and providing good resources and information to the folks out there. And telling everybody to be prepared. We got these storms coming back to back. Go buy all the stuff that you need. Try to be prepared. Talk to my brother Marcus. Get your insurances together. It's a lot of stuff you need to be prepared for.
Yes, sir.
When these type of things happening. So
you got it.
So we got a couple more.
Dave, if you have folks that that have been affected by the recent barrage of storms that have come through Mississippi and other parts of the Southeast and Midwest, but specifically these resources, we want to get them to folks in Mississippi, our neighbors. So if you got folks that are in that Edwards, Mississippi area, please share this information with them. And Mac, I know you got a couple more, so let's keep them rolling.
Keep them rolling. All right, so we're gonna keep going. So the good folks in charge, I told y'all, not politically correct. So the good white folks this year decided to move Easter. They changed the resurrection, and so they moved Easter to the 17th. So we're gonna be set up vending at the event in Goodman, Mississippi, Cowboys Corner. We're gonna be out there with none other than Tucker and Calvin Richardson, and we're gonna be doing different things. We're gonna have it's gonna be multiple stuff. We're bringing the whole team up there. We're gonna have Eddie Wright's barbecue. We're gonna have the Heavenly Treats with the hot tamales from out of Greenville. We're going to have none other than Chia Will with Cherry's Chicken Coop going to be up there. And we're going to have Hemp World is going to be on the spot, and also Yard Boy Entertainment providing bar services, full services up there. And we know everywhere we go, and including Edwards, we always going to be doing voter registration, my freedom, my vote, because everything that we do is connected to some type of political position that could either have the capacity to assist us or prevent it from happening in the first place. So we always want to make sure that we are registered and we vote. So we're going to be doing that. And then coming up on that following Wednesday, the 420 Fest, that's going to be pushed by Hemp World. 420. 420. 4. Like number 4. 2 0. 420 okay. That Wednesday. So yeah, guns are going to, and it's going to start up in Starkville, Olive Branch, Jackson, Pearl, and Hub City. First time ever, Hub City Hemp World will be out doing the 420 festival. So come check it out. Go to Hemp World dispensary, check it out, the website, and see all the great things they have. They got some good stuff out there, man. So we're pushing it. It's going to be everything going to be going on simultaneously, right? So it's going from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m. Set up with food trucks and DJs on the spot at all locations. So come check it out. Go to the websites. Be prepared. Come to ready. Have a good time. I love Birdie. I didn't say this, but you might want to take off Thursday.
I want to take off Thursday. That makes sense. But that's pretty doggone dope, Mac. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 day parties.
Yep.
It's like a simulcast of day parties of sorts.
Yep. At the same time.
Man, that's pretty lit.
Oh, and I back up, Chuck. I think you might not have that last flyer, but we talked about the rights. I got to go backwards. We'll be in Holmes County this Thursday, assisting One Voice, our big sister, Nashon Bright. Know Your Rights up there at Harvesters, aka Hamp's Place in Lexington. So we're gonna be doing Know Your Rights, educating folks again, talking about our freedom, our vote, understanding your rights and the capacity and how to use them. So we're going to be doing a lot of different things. So we got it. And that's just a small part. We ain't talked about contract gigs or bartending and marketing. We're rolling in the summer. We just in spring. We even got the summer yet. So we got a lot of things we're planning to do with the students involved, get more students involved to do voter registration and education and to be actively engaged in civic engagement in our communities. Also, while educating them the importance of resources and finances as we talk about financial investment, talk about physical investment like projects like the Calico building. So we talk about all these things and educating them so they'll have a 20-year jump on us to understand to be involved politically and financially in their futures in their community. Right. So that's what we're doing. And Mississippi Move, and along with our partners, we're going to continue to move Mississippi forward. All gas, no brakes.
No brakes.
That's right. No brakes.
No break.
And man, look, I gotta do this again. I know we had it at the beginning of the show, but Mississippi's greatest weekend. And it benefits Mississippi Move. We're celebrating HBCUs, the Divine Nine, culture and music. That's May 27th through the 29th. Of course, all of the things that Mac just described will be a part of this weekend. We will talk financial literacy. We will have voter registration. And of course, we're going to pass resources on to our community, because if we don't do for us, nobody else will. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to find out more information about this weekend and get connected with Mississippi Move, of course, all of those things are tagged on all of our websites. msgw.online. Mississippi Move will be represented in that weekend. And if you want to participate, go to msgw.online for more information. Well, fellas, this was an action-packed episode, and I want to give myself some rounds of applause for keeping us on schedule, because it is we're at 1 hour, and we try to keep it so that those of us that have small children and have to get up early in the morning and get our workout in before they hit the ground trying to uppercut you and all of that. So thank each and every one of our Nightcappers, all of our folks over on Twitch, all of our folks on the Nightcap Knowledge page, and then most definitely to all of our people on
Black with No Chaser.
At the end of the day, baby, we're trying to get to Better Money Resides. We'll see y'all back here Tuesday, 9 p.m. Central. It's Nightcap Knowledge. Make sure you get some water and hydrate. The official water of Nightcap Knowledge, Aspire Pura. You better get to where the money resides, because if not, you're going to get left behind, baby. You better ask somebody. We getting to it. Better be there with us. We'll see y'all next week. Make sure you get your nightcap. Fellas, we appreciate y'all for being here with us. Y'all tell them bye-bye.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Y'all have a good night.
Damn!